Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has now spoken about his confrontation with a naval officer, Lieutenant A.M. Yerima, after a disputed plot of land allegedly belonging to a former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awwal Zubairu Gambo, retired, and condemned what he described as the retired naval chief's impunity in deploying 7 officers to guard the disputed property. Wike disclosed in an interview with journalists on Thursday in Abuja, responding to critics who faulted his visit to the site. The minister said he could not sit idle by as a public officer while government officials were being attacked, which led to a heated exchange on Tuesday with a naval officer, Yerima, over a plot located at number 1946 Gaduwa District, Abuja, said to belong to a former naval chief.
No country can ever succeed if we continue to allow impunity, lawlessness. No country, no matter how hard you work, you allow impunity, you allow lawlessness to continue to prevail, that country will never go anywhere. Even amongst government officials, not to talk about private individuals. I have read comments. Yes, I wounded people politically. I have no regret about it. And I will continue to wound them where necessary. Yes, people are not happy about it. So when things happen like this, you see all manner of things people will say. I was watching Channel late last night. I saw a lady and a man. You see, sometimes you just shake your head and call. Laziness can cause a lot of things. People don't read. People don't investigate. That's what the lady said that Wike has met in March. And you don't want to find out what really happened. What is the problem? How can I see it as a minister? Government officials have been attacked. Government officials have been beaten up. Government officials to the level of directorship. Then I'm sitting in my office doing what? How will such officials carry out their functions again when you know their principal or their boss cannot protect them? Not as private individuals, as government officials. When I came on board, before them, President Jonathan had awarded a contract to develop another city, which was close to the military. Awarded a contract, not to me. A Federal Council presided over by the CNC. The contractor went there, he was chased away. I wrote a letter. We met. The late Chief of Naval Staff, Alabangi, was there. The former Chief of Defense Staff was there. These same ministers of defense, they were all there. We all met. I said, look, it is not good, it's government and government. Let's see how we can resolve this. I never one day, I respect the institutions, and I know what it takes. Even as a governor, no governor will say that they supported the dictator more than me. So I know. But how do you see a private individual knowing fully well that you are against the law? It is not military versus government. No. If it was military, I would have written to them that look for military, why are you doing this? This is a private individual. Land was not allocated to him. Land was allocated to a company called Santos in 2007 for parts are replaced. They applied to the former minister for change of use. The minister refused. The man went, started selling land. Maybe the former Chief of Naval Staff fell into their scam, sold. This government property. It's not yet. So many people have problems. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, former a general, former head of state, former president, they will call me on phone. Minister, I look good, any problem of land here, the is coming. I will solve the problem. That is former head of state, former elected president. We have the courtesy of calling the minister. Look, I have this problem, I have this problem. See how you can look into it. General Tiwa Danjuma will call you. Look, these are people who, they're all retired generals. These are people with constant discipline. They didn't bother because they were former president. They never sent soldiers. They never sent anybody to go and attack anybody. They just call you. And respect begets respect. I have to respect. And I'll tell them, sir, don't worry. I will sort the. I won't even talk about other people who are highly placed. They will come to you. Mr. Minister, maybe we didn't know of this. If we knew, we would have done it like this.
This is coming after the minister had accused the retired officer of carrying out illegal development on the land and confronted the naval officer for allegedly assaulting staff of the Federal Capital Territory Development Authority who had gone to halt the ongoing construction. Addressing the matter on Thursday, the former Rivers State governor faulted the use of military personnel to obstruct law enforcement activities by FCT officials, adding that he had the highest regard for the Nigerian military and understood the importance of the institution, insisting that his confrontation was not with the armed forces but with a private individual.